I can leave this on the shelf for a really long time. That's great for me as a business. It's not that I'm maniacally trying to poison people.
Right.
You know, I put some ingredients in here for the sake of business and not necessarily the sake of our bodies and our health.
As a beauty editor for New Beauty magazine, there is always a new product, treatment, or trend to try. I'm Ana Jimenez. Follow me and some of my favorite experts in the industry as we experience everything the beauty world has to offer. This is Beauty Experienced. Despite my best intentions, I'm not what you would call a flower child. I have lots of makeup, and for the most part, I don't know exactly what's in a lot of it. With all of the stuff in products these days, my guess is that most women don't even know how to pronounce all the ingredients they put on their skin. In this episode, I go on a mission to learn all about green beauty. I want to know what's toxic and what's not, and which beauty brands are actually doing it right, creating products that aren't harmful to the body or the environment. To start my investigation, I meet up with Suzanne Hall. She is the editor-in-chief of The Chalkboard, a healthy living website from Pressed Juicery. There's green beauty, there's organic, there's eco-friendly. Right. How do you kind of wrap your head around all of these different things?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of those terms, when you're talking about seeing them on the bottle, they lose a lot of meaning because there's a lot of gray areas with brands marketing themselves in different ways. At the end of the day, what matters is the ingredients. Those are kind of the hard, cold facts. Like you said, there's green beauty, there's eco-friendly beauty, there's animal-friendly beauty. One really important thing to do is kind of focus on the worst offenders. Mm-hmm. So for me, that kind of boils down to three things. Carcinogens related to cancer, those are sprinkled throughout many of the products we use every day. There are also a whole kind of school of ingredients that are considered hormone disruptors. That to me is one of the high value things to watch for. And also neurotoxicity, where things are actually affecting your nervous system or your brain. Those are kind of three major things that I think a lot of people find worth watching for and kind of worth adjusting your products to avoid.
If they're bad for us, why are they in there?
Right. I think it's one of those things where we've inherited a system that nobody wants. We're kind of in an experimental age where we've come up with all these amazing chemicals that do great things for us as businesses. I put some ingredients in here for the sake of business and not necessarily the sake of our bodies and our health. And we're just kind of starting to see that bear out, unfortunately, in the public at large. And it's only a matter of time before we make a few shifts to eliminate those things.
So we hear about the toxins. Okay, there's toxins. Are we really absorbing all that? The same way we are with our food? I mean, is that real?
Yeah, it's definitely real. We're talking here about like body lotion, shampoo that you're literally getting your skin hot and moist and rubbing it into your scalp. This stuff is absorbing into your bloodstream, and most of this stuff is you're doing it 2 or 3 times a day. It's very pervasive. One of our favorite things to do to kind of convince people that this is a real thing is take a clove of garlic, swipe it on the bottom of your foot like you would.
Because why not?
And within a few minutes, you can start to taste a garlic flavor on your tongue.
Whoa. Is this true? I had to find out. So I have some garlic here from the organic market, and I have sliced it up nice and thin, and I'm gonna rub it on my foot and see if this is actual fact. Why on the foot? I can taste the garlic in my mouth right now. Oh, that's crazy. Weird. Uh-oh. It does matter, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the interview. When a woman wants to buy a new, let's go back to lipstick. I mean, how do you navigate those waters? Do you just know certain brands are going to be watching out for you? Or do you think, I have to not shop at the drugstore? Or what do you kind of look for?
Well, that's the funny thing is you can buy a really high-end lipstick or a really, cheap, fun drugstore lipstick. You're going to find issues throughout, unfortunately. But I think I think the first step is kind of convincing yourself that it's worth doing a little homework, and then really narrowing that homework to be really specific so you're not wasting a lot of time. Beauty brand Beauty Counter, they're pretty new, and they have what's called the Never List, which you can find on the chalkboard. And it's a list of, I think, 12 or so ingredients that you should just absolutely never have in your products for any reason. Once you start to kind of wean some of these toxins out of your regimen, the fun part is that, you know, a lot of these natural brands are full of like superfoods for the skin, or like incredible oils and herbs and things that are doing really great things for your skin and that are quite effective nowadays. Beauty's really turned a corner now where natural beauty can hang with the big kids, and they're making stuff that you would use no matter what.
To prove it, Suzanne took me through a bunch of the most exciting natural beauty products on the market today. She showed me a toxic-free sticky base coat from Scotch Naturals that works like Scotch tape. There was a shampoo loaded with Amazonian oils for super shiny hair, a foundation stick from Well People that's kind of a classic take on old-fashioned pancake makeup, but redone in a really modern way. And my favorites, of course, were for the lips. A lip crayon from Bite that, well, has some serious bite. It's highly pigmented and super sexy, along with a lip gloss from Kjaer Weis that is so chic it looks like it belongs in a modern art museum. To continue my exploration of non-toxic beauty brands, Suzanne took me to A Night for Green Beauty. It's a collaborative organic beauty pop-up event that brings together like-minded brands and introduces them to the public. It was created by a woman named Victoria Fantuzzi, the CEO of La Bella Figura Beauty.
So Victoria, you created a natural brand. Why did you do that?
I did that because I wanted for myself to have beautiful, safe, effective products without using toxic ingredients. Years ago, when I started to really learn what was in my makeup and my skincare products, my body products, I was really shocked, and I wanted to produce something that I felt proud for other women to use and that it was also safe.
I have to ask you, we hear a lot about greenwashing of products in that, you know, you throw a leaf on the bottle and you can call it natural. What do you say about that, and what do you think about that?
I think that really helps to perpetuate what is happening with the cosmetic industry, at least in our country. So we still don't have an organization that oversees what cosmetic companies are doing in the United States, and a lot of these brands that are participating in greenwashing, they kind of don't want that to happen. What we try to do is we are very transparent. We have all of our ingredients on our website, on our labels.
At the end of the evening, one thing was clear. There is no reason a woman should ever have to use a beauty product that has toxic ingredients in it, especially when there are so many beautiful, effective products out there doing it right.